you dig? 999 shit. Hey. FIFA, let's go!
Ultimate Team, bitte, gut, Weekend League. 3 Spiele.
Hello everyone, we're here with our Ultimate Team producers to give a special presentation on what's new to FUT in FIFA 23. All right, over to you, team.
Thanks, Derek. We are here with Richard and Aslan from the development team to talk about everything new in Ultimate Team. So Aslan, let's start with you. What are you most excited about in FIFA Ultimate Team this year?
You know, there's no question, it has to be FUT Moments. It's our brand new mode. It's going to give players a new way to play, a new way to earn rewards, and it's totally different from anything we've done before. It's going to be single player, fast, fun, bite-sized scenarios, with a ton of variety and unique challenges.
Bite-sized, so that means that we can play certain scenarios within a match, like the 75th minute?
You got it. So it's going to be short gameplay sessions. It could be scoring a free kick. It could be completing a comeback when you're 2-0 down with only 10 minutes to go. But we'll also have crazier ones, you know, things like scoring a goal with your keeper without completing a single pass, without losing possession. We can do all kinds of fun stuff that is just really different from our other modes.
Ich weiß nicht, ob wir das brauchen.
Does that mean,
das ist alles gegen Computer bestimmt.
That we can recreate matches and scenarios that we've seen in real life over the weekend?
You know, we're going to have a mix, right? So some moments will be inspired by...
Digga, warum sieht es aus, als ob das FIFA 08 für PSP ist, Digga?
By real life, recreating that banger from the weekend, that goal from Son with a finesse shot from outside the box. But we'll also have more unique and creative ones that really just are very distinct and different from how you play in other modes in FUT. So there's going to be a lot of variety and a lot of fun ways to play in moments.
Now, what exactly do you get when you complete a moment?
Yeah, so when you're completing moments, I think the most important thing is that you get to set your own difficulty level. Based off the difficulty level, we're going to give you stars as a reward. So stars are a brand new reward type to Ultimate Team this year. So you're going to be able to redeem them in the Moments reward gallery. You're going to always have new rewards for you to be looking out for and exchanging your stars for. But your stars will never go away. So it's up to you if you want to spend them as you earn them or if you want to save them up for something special.
So is it a system that comes in seasons for moments?
Yeah, so there's going to be a mix of content. We're going to have a lot that's going to be available right from launch. And then we're also going to have some seasonal content that's going to come and go. Some might be up for a few days. Some might be up for a month.
Now, this is really interesting because some people might come home, play FIFA, but they don't have enough time to play a full match.
Ja,
so like you said, bite-sized.
Wie komisch sieht das aus? Was war das für ein Pass, Digga? Hä?
If I have
Was war das für ein Kontakt?
Free,
Was ist das für eine Annahme
that's one of my favorite parts about it is that if I have a few minutes free, now I can jump into Ultimate Team and I can make progress. I can practice my free kicks, I can practice dribbling, or I can just try out a scenario and see how that goes.
So what I'm really excited about are the new changes I've been hearing to chemistry. Can you tell me more about that?
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest changes we've ever made. In 23, we're totally overhauling chemistry and you'll have more variety than ever in how you build your squad. So we focused on making it more authentic with how we're doing positioning, more intuitive with how your players are going to link on the pitch, and really just enabling a lot more experimentation and variety when it comes to building your squad.
Now, one thing I noticed about this screen is that there are no chem lines.
Yeah, that's right. So positional links are gone. Players can now link across the entire pitch. Your left back and your right back are linked, your goalkeeper and your striker. If we look at Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, for example, this is an iconic duo, a real threat in the Premier League. In 23, they can now build chemistry towards each other. And the same thing works when you're building hybrid squads. You'll be able to link up your striker, let's say Mbappe, with your defenders from PSG or France or Ligue 1. So there's a lot more options now when it comes to building interesting squads with more variety instead of having to rely on neighboring links and green links.
So I'm noticing that every player...
Es hört sich viel zu einfach an. Das hat voll Bock gemacht, so Squads zu bauen, extra damit, also mit den Links und dass es dann perfekte Chemie hat. So cool findest du das nicht? Man kann jetzt so gefühlt alles bauen oder was?
It has 3 diamonds on them. Does that represent the chemistry?
Yeah, so players can now have between 0 and 3 chemistry, 0 being the minimum and 3 being the maximum.
So what they also see on the screen is the left panel. Does that help you figure out
Es gibt nur noch 1 bis 3 Chemie.
Chem you're getting for each player?
Muss mal kurz gucken. Ederson hat 3. Hier ist ein Brasilianer, Premier League. Hier ist einer von City. Grealish und Andrew. Er hat nur einen. Marquinhos hat nur eine. Obwohl er Mbappé hat. Und sonst keinen. Doch, Torwart. Das reicht dann anscheinend nicht. Digga, keine Ahnung. Das wird, glaube ich, voll schwer.
Yeah, so this will be your reference point for how you build chemistry. Each nation, each club, each league in your squad will be
Wie, Digga, man kann nur 33 Chemie haben.
represented in this left panel. and you'll build chemistry towards the thresholds for each of these. As you add players, you'll start working towards these thresholds and unlock chemistry for that nation, league, or club.
So are there any changes to positioning?
The first big change is that most players will have a secondary position. And the secondary position is based off of where they play in the real world.
So let's take João Cancelo, for example. Sometimes he plays at left back for Man City. Other weekends he plays at right back. So he'll have a secondary position.
So I think that's the perfect example. For the first time, you can now position change from the left side to the right side of the pitch, or vice versa. That means Cancelo could switch from being a right back to being a left back in your squad. And it's also a really cool way that we can
Das ist cool, macht auch Sinn.
differentiate unique players. So Cancelo, based on what he does in real life for City, you can now reflect that in-game as well.
So can players have more than one alternate position?
Hier, zum Beispiel. Wir können als MS machen und als LF. Aber kann man ihn ja trotzdem als ZM spielen? Gibt es noch die normalen Position Cards, fragt man sich da?
Yeah, so players can have up to 3 secondary positions, and most will have at least 1.
Nee,
the player is out of position,
ich finde es cool.
they will always have
Das ist realistischer.
zero chemistry. And at zero chemistry, there are no more negative attributes. They're still going to play at least as good as their base stats.
Hä? Auf 0 Chemie gibt es keine Minuspunkte auf die Stats. Die spielen so wie die Base Stats.
There are no more negative attributes. They're still going to play at least as good as their base stats. So already you've got a lot more options for trying out players.
Hä, wie scheiße.
Work your entire squad.
So now let's talk about icons and
Wozu gibt's Chemie?
heroes. How do they help with the chemistry of the team?
So icons and heroes always give a unique benefit to your team, and that's not changing with 23. Icons and heroes, as long as they're in the right position, will always be at full chemistry. On top of that, icons will count as 2 players towards their nation, and heroes will count as 2 players towards their league. If you play an icon or hero out of position, they're going to be at 0 chemistry. Now remember, at 0 chem, players won't have negative attributes, so they're always going to play at least as good as their base stats. So you can try.
Beste Veränderung für Foot ever, no cap. Schaut mal bei PES, wie das Chemiesystem funktioniert. Es ist viel geiler und variabler, fand es immer scheiße auf krank, irgendwelche Links bauen zu müssen. Bei PES kommt die Chemie drauf an, was für ein System man spielt, ob die Spieler reinpassen. Ich fand es voll geil, dass man halt so richtig auf die Links gucken musste. Das hat für mich Ultimate Team ausgemacht. Halt so Teams zu bauen, extra damit die Chemie passt und bla bla bla. Weil dass man eben nicht Team bauen kann, wie man möchte.
Try out icons and heroes out of position if you just want to see what they play like in that squad.
So everybody's been talking about crossplay, and I want to know, how is that going to affect FIFA Ultimate Team?
Crossplay? Mit Xbox und PC oder was?
So what that means for us is that we're adding crossplay to all of our 1v1 modes. So if you're playing on the same generation of consoles as someone, you're going to be able to match up with them. So that means our PlayStation and our Xbox users are finally going to get to battle head to head. What that
Haben wir auch zusammen den Markt?
also means
Xbox und PlayStation?
is that we're introducing crossplay to our friendlies modes as well.
Stimmt.
So if you have friends and you want a bit of a friendly competition from platform to platform, you're going to be able to do that now.
And what does that mean for them?
Lol, man kann auch jetzt gegen Xbox Kumpels spielen. Also Leute, die eine Xbox haben, können gegen PlayStation Freundschaftsspiele spielen.
We have one global transfer market for most players. So if you're a FUT trader, you should pay attention to this because it means there's going to be more content for you to play with and more people who are going to be...
Digga, bitte ist der Markt nicht wieder so gefickt wie letztes Jahr, Digga. Letztes Jahr dieser Markt, das war unglaublich, ich schwöre, das war so scheiße. Wie schnell die Preise unten waren und nichts ist gestiegen, bla bla bla, das war so kacke.
Competing on the transfer market as well.
So in terms of draft, FUT champions, and rivals, will that be crossplay as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of our 1v1 head-to-head modes are going to be crossplay.
On top of that, we're also adding global leaderboards. So for the first time in Rivals, you're going to look at the Elite Division and see players from other platforms to compete for that #1 spot. But you can also toggle it to only look at your platform leaderboard as well.
So I'll be honest, one thing I love doing is spending time customizing my stadium. Is there
Niemand macht sein Stadion. Niemand.
anything new when it comes to that?
Sag mir die Weekend League, Digga.
Yeah, we're making upgrades across the board, Shu. So your stadium's going to have a new roof for tier 1, 2, and 3. We've got new animated pitch trophies that look awesome. We've got new animated tifos as well. So how you can customize and show off your
Umut wird eins haben, das ist cool, so ein Banner.
stadium is going to look so much better than FIFA 23.
So it's a World Cup year. Is there anything coming for FUT?
Oh, stimmt, cool.
We are going to have the World Cup in
Modus?
FUT this year, but I can't really say anything else. So
Ah, okay, reicht, cool.
stay tuned.
Well, I mean, hey, you can't get everything you want, but We did get a lot of great new details on FIFA Ultimate Team in FIFA 23. We heard about the brand new mode, foot moments, a brand new chemistry system that's going to redefine the way we play Ultimate Team, crossplay functionality, and of course, visual customization that is going to make your stadium look incredible. Aslan, Richard, it's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to FIFA 23. And back to you, Derek.
Cheers, everyone. Stuart and I will make sure we provide the
Ja, Touré, so geil. Marquisio war so gut in FIFA, Hilfe. 80 Tempo immer.
perfect chemistry off the pitch all season long.
Was? Also, all in all. Moments. Das war das Größte, was Neues. Selei dank. Oh ne, das Größte ist Chemieänderung. Selei dank für 13 Monate. So, Moments. Ich will nochmal hier gucken, was man hier machen kann. Let's begin with core gameplay fundamentals every footballer needs to know. Pass the ball from your goalkeeper to your center back, to your central midfielder, to your striker in that order. Was kriegt man? Modifiers, AI Rating, Chemistry, bla bla, Amateur, ja, bla bla, 90 Minuten. Reward Level. Was kriegt man für Rewards? Okay, es ist sowieso kackegal. Außer man kriegt hier ein paar gute Rewards, da macht man vielleicht so 3 Challenges davon. Rest ist scheißegal. Man kriegt Sterne, okay. Okay, man kriegt so einen Stern. Bei 10 Sternen ist irgendwas. Man kriegt 4 als Gruppenbonus, was weiß ich. Ist gegen Computer, deswegen juckt es eigentlich nicht so. Es wird keinen Spaß machen. Menschen macht man es für die Rewards. Warte, hier ist
They're a brand new reward type to Ultimate Team this year. So you're going to be able to redeem them in the Moments Reward Gallery. You're going to always have new rewards for you to be looking out for and exchange.
Hier. Man kann Packs kaufen damit. Okay. Mit den Sternen.
Your stars for, but your stars will never spend. It's going to be a mix of season for a month.
Play a full match.
Is that I can practice my free kick.
Ich weiß nicht, was mit dem Gameplay ist und so. Das sieht richtig komisch aus. Guck mal, allein dieser Pass Allen's Dreieck. Der Pass und dann die Annahme von Winnie. Nicht die Annahme, sondern der zweite Kontakt von Winnie.
I come home, play FIFA, but they don't have enough time to play a full match. So this is like, yeah,
wie komisch. Wie sah der aus?
Yeah,
und keiner verteidigt.
So this is like, yeah, like you said, bite size.
Yeah, I think that's one of
my... Jetzt dieser Kontakt, der triggert mich auch so hart.
My favorite parts about it is that if I have a few minutes free, now I can jump into alt. Or
the new changes I've been hearing.
E3 were totally...
So, Chemie. Es gibt keine Links mehr. Es geht danach, wie viele Spieler du aus einer Liga hast, wie viele Spieler du aus einer Nation hast, das lädt sich dann auf. Und wenn du dann noch einen Brasilianer reinmachst zum Beispiel, dann ist es auf 3. Und dann haben alle Brasilianer schon mal 3 Chemie. So mäßig ist das aufgebaut. Das habe ich jetzt gecheckt. Ich finde es aber nicht, also es ist jetzt viel zu einfach, Teams zu bauen, denke ich mal. Obwohl, wird vielleicht ein bisschen neue Esprit reinbringen, aber trotzdem, ich fand das am geilsten, an ganz FIFA immer Teams zu bauen. Ich habe früher in der Schule einfach 24/7 Teams gebaut in meinem scheiß Block. Mein Block bestand aus 5 Blättern Hausaufgaben und 95 Blättern Teams mit Sergio Ramos 3-5-2 Formation, Hybrid, NLW, No Links Wasted. Das war so cool, Digga. Das war eigentlich das Geilste an ganz FIFA. Und besonders, dass man eben nicht alle Spieler benutzen konnte, sondern immer nur so viel, wie man halt einbauen kann. Das fand ich geil an FIFA. Oder an Ultimate Team Teams bauen. Neues Chemiesystem. Dazu gibt also jeder Spieler hat nur 1 bis 3 Chemie. Chemie beeinträchtigt, oder ein Spieler auf 0 Chemie hat aber trotzdem seine ganz normalen Werte. Jorginho hat eine 85, er hat trotzdem seine 85 als Wert, auch wenn er 0 Chemie hat. Ich denke mal, bloß der Chemistry Style oder so zählt dann nicht dazu. 0,3, was ist 0,3, was wollt ihr? Achso, 0, ja, 0 bis 3 Chemie. Ich denke mal, nur die Chemistry Styles, oder die Chemistry Style Punkte werden dann dazu gerechnet, wenn man, je nachdem wie viel Chemie man hat oder so, keine Ahnung.
Same thing works.
Und was noch Neues?
It has 0 and 3 chemistry. 0
help you. Will have a secondary.
Hier, Position Change. Es gibt eine Karte, die macht Position Change. Aber es gibt keine Karten von LM zu LF, von LF zu LS. Die gibt es nicht, sondern es gibt nur Position Change. Und dann hat jeder Spieler seine alternativen Positionen, die er spielen kann. Das finde ich übrigens gut. Dass Son zum Beispiel MS spielen kann, Son kann LW spielen, Son, LF spielen, Son kann LM spielen. Das ist cool. Cancelo kann RV spielen, kann LV spielen. Cool.
Secondary position. And the secondary position is...
So zum Beispiel Kimmich kann ZDM spielen, kann aber auch RV spielen. Aber du kannst ihn nicht von ZDM zu Stürmer machen, zum Beispiel.
based off of where they play in the real world.
So let's take João Cancelo, for example. Sometimes he plays at left back for Man City, and then other weekends he plays more.
And most at zero chemistry.
Aber was ist zum Beispiel mit so Mahrez?
So players can have up to 3 secondary.
Mahrez hat zum Beispiel nur RM. RW, also RF und RM. Ihn gibt's nur da dann, ne? Man kann ihn nur so einbauen.
Positions, and most will have at least one. If a player is out of position, they will always have zero chemistry.
Yeah.
And at zero chemistry, there are no more negative
icons and heroes. How do they help with the chemistry of the
Okay, Icons machen zum Beispiel, du machst Cafu rein, dann haben alle Brasilianer, die reinkommen. Also bei Cafu ist zum Beispiel, Icons bringen auf die Nation, die du hast, machen die direkt voll. Das heißt, alle Brasilianer, die reinkommen, haben direkt volle Chemie. So. Und alle Heroes, die reinkommen, zum Beispiel ja, Touré, dann haben alle Premier League Spieler direkt volle Chemie.
the team?
So icons and heroes always give a unique benefit to your team, and that's not changing with 23. Icons and heroes, as long as they're in the right position, will always be at full chemistry. On top of that...
Das heißt, du kannst jetzt hier einfach so einen Neymar reinkloppen und der Rest ist Bundesliga-Team und Neymar hat volle Chemie. Zum Beispiel.
Icons will count as 2 players towards their nation, and heroes will count as 2 players towards...
2 Player, okay. Aber wenn der dritte reinkommt, dann... Wenn der dritte... Engländer? Nee, okay, Jules hat trotzdem nur 2. Ab wann hat man Dings? Ab wann hat man denn 3? Ich glaube, wenn noch ein dritter, noch ein Engländer kommt. Vielleicht.
Their league. If you play an icon or hero out of position, they're going to be at zero chemistry. Now remember, at zero chem, players won't have negative attributes. So they'll...
Wie machen die das mit SBBs? Die YouTuber ist doch gefühlt unmöglich zu erraten. Fuck, Digga, was macht FIFA? Daran haben die gar nicht gedacht, ey, dann können die es doch nicht machen. Leute, wir haben nicht an die SBBs gedacht.
They're always going to play at least as good as their base stats. So you can try out icons and heroes out of position if you just want...
Es müssen immer 3 andere sein. Spieler zählen für sich selber nicht. Wegen Van Dijk hat dann 2. Okay, das habe ich noch nicht ganz gecheckt, was mit der Icon jetzt ist. Also eine Icon zählt zum Beispiel, du machst Rooney rein, dann ist bei England direkt 2. Das heißt, wenn jetzt ein Engländer reinkommt, dann hat er direkt 2, oder? Dann hat er direkt 2 Chemie. Oder ab wann ist das voll? Es ist, wenn man 3 hat, ist dann erst 1 Punkt. Ist bei 3 erst der nächste Punkt. Dann haben die 2 und dann nochmal 3, dann haben die 3 Chemie. Ja? Und eine Icon zählt nur 2? Das wäre doch voll kacke. 3 ist gleich 1 Punkt. Lol. Also eine Icon und Jude heißt, die haben 1 Chemie. Also 2 und 3 ist 1 Punkt. Digga, Jude hat er noch von Kramaric, von Wirtz, von Davies, von Castells, der hat überall Chemie. Warum hat er denn nicht voll?
Will count as 2 players towards their league. If you play an icon or hero out of position, they're going to be at zero chemistry. Now remember, at zero chem, players won't have negative attributes, so they're always going to play at least as good as their base.
Die haben ja sowieso keine schlechtere Dings. Die haben trotzdem ihr Rating.
Stats. So you can try out icons and heroes out of position if you just want to see what they play like in that squad.
So
also ist Chemie nur für die Chemistry Stats, an die ich sowieso nicht glaube.
everybody's been talking about crossplay, and I want to know, how is that going to affect FIFA Ultimate Team?
So what that means for us is that we're adding
Glaubst du, Leute auf 0 Chem wären richtig gut? Ja, die haben ja ganz normale Stats.
crossplay to all of our 1 versus 1 modes. So if you're playing on the same generation of
Crossplay ist drin. Du kannst gegen Xbox-Kumpels spielen, Friendlies. Markt ist zusammen, PlayStation und Xbox. Du kannst ein Stadion machen, wie letztes Jahr das. Moment.
Crossplay function.
Ja, das war's. Okay. Und die Heroes. Die wurden aber schon mal released.
Moments. Play medium.
We'll make sure.
Marquisio, Carvalho, Yaya Touré, Paxium. Ja, Kalle Upload. Easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.